I think it's time to make this video. I have been in about 50 1v1 engagements by now, and I think I have a pretty good idea about feasibility of solo PvP as an alpha character. And I want to share my view and opinion on this topic. So can you PvP as an alpha character? Solo PvP specifically. The quick answer is yes, but with two limitations. The first limitation is that you need Tech 2 weapons to make Fit viable in solo PvP, I believe. So it's either Tech 2 missile launchers, or Tech 2 guns, or Tech 2 drones. One or several of these. And only as an alpha character you have access only to frigate and destroyer Tech 2 weapons. So it's small drones or small guns or small rocket launchers, which means that realistically you will be limited to solo PvP in frigates and destroyers. This is not really a problem. Like, I have been playing since 2012, and 80 or 90% of my playtime were in frigates and destroyers. So it's not really that big of a deal if you enjoy these ships, but it will be a limitation. Like, I don't think you can realistically do solo PvP in cruisers, for example, as an alpha. But you can PvP in fleets, for sure, in cruisers and maybe even battle cruisers. The second limitation is your skills. Generally, CCP allowed a fair number of skills to be trained on alpha character, but there are a couple of limitations. The main limitation that I noticed is navigation skills. For some reason, they were really limited. And this is like one of key support skills for frigate and destroyer PvP, because it determines your control. The second limitation is that you won't be able to train level 5 racial frigates and destroyers, and these are quite important in terms of maximizing your damage output. So your DPS will be a bit lower than for many of your opponents. And I think some of the support weapon skills are also capped at like 4, and they add up quite a lot as well. Again, it's not really a deal breaker. The frigate and destroyer PvP in EVE is like rock, paper, scissors anyway, and it doesn't really matter if you have a very sharp scissors or if you have a very crappy scissors. You will cut the paper anyway, and you will not be able to cut the rock anyway. Of course, you will be at a disadvantage in some mirror matchups against characters that use like Omega and perfect skills, but that's a rabbit hole that goes really deep, really. Because once you fight in a mirror matchup in solo PvP and EVE, it essentially becomes pay to win anyway. Like, I have fought like 4 billion hook bills with high grade Nirvanas, and I couldn't even bring them to half shields with my perfectly skilled main character with crystals. So you will always meet someone who invested more time and more money in Wifits, and they will beat you in the mirrors. So I don't think it really matters to think about this in that way. If you play it smart, it doesn't really matter that your skills are not perfect. So apart from these two limitations, I think it's very viable. Like even under Ironman rules, I think I have about 25 solo kills by now. And this is with like Tech 1 feats, essentially. And with Tech 2 feats, it would have been much easier. Um, yeah. So overall, I think as an alpha, you have access to plenty of content. Like probably as an alpha, you will get more content out of this essentially free game when you get from some of a single player games that you have to pay for. But in the end, you will need to upgrade to Omega to experience the some of higher end PvE content, some of larger ships in PvP and so on. But for starters, it's plenty of content for you. And for the future, I will upgrade to Omega. We have a deal running until the 9th of April, which is like 20 or 15% discount on Omega. And I think I will just upgrade to Omega. It's not like that I need it, but I will just be able to show a bit more content without waiting for like 2 weeks until my skills train and unlock something that I want to try out. Alright, I hope you find this video useful, and I will see you in the next ones.